Welcome to Fired Up Friday, Big Game Edition. I'm Todd Fuller with FIREDISC Cookers, and we are kicking off 2021. I tell you, it is going to be a fantastic year. I know we had a great holiday season here at FIREDISC, and hope you did as well. I know that there's a whole bunch of you out there that have new FIREDISC cookers, so excited to have you in FIREDISC Nation. And today, with the big game coming up, I thought I would do two really interesting recipes that we haven't done before and really inspired by the big game as well. So the very first one we're going to do are beef empanadas, with Tampa and the heritage of the Cubans and everything. And we figured that, empanadas, we haven't done empanadas yet on the FIREDISC, so looking forward to that, Tampa inspired. And then the next one is FIREDISC Kansas City steak soup. That is going to be really interesting. It's going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the empanadas. I'm going to put in a little bit of oil here. And for those of you that we get this question asked all the time, is what oil do I use? Well, what we suggest, one is avocado oil, or I prefer the grapeseed oil. So either one is best. High heat, doesn't smoke nearly as much. You can see I've got the FIREDISC here on low, and very little smoke, so it's great. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil in here to start it. And with the empanadas, what we've got some finely chopped, if you can see this, Jimmy, is this over the top now? Good. We've got some finely chopped green peppers and red peppers, and then also some garlic mixed in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in first. And we'll have the recipe with the amounts, but you can kind of do it to however big a crowd you're doing. I'm not doing a whole bunch today, but we've got that. I've got also some sweet peppers there. Man, that's smelling good already. And then some finely chopped onions to get that started. And we're going to cook the vegetables first here. It's looking beautiful to fill those empanadas. I'm super excited. I've never done empanadas before, and really today we're going to kind of feature the versatility of the FIREDISC in one shot here. We're going to do two different recipes, one right after the other, and show you how easy it is to clean up too as well. So cook these down. And again, for those of you that are new to FIREDISC or maybe watching for the first time, the FIREDISC is a portable propane cooker. And again, the flame is focused right in the center, so we have 3 heat zones. And Jimmy, why don't you go over the top here and I'll kind of show. So in the center here, we're looking at, 500 degrees, maybe hotter depending on the environment. And then, 350 to 200 here out on the edge. So again, it's a great, what Chef Brandon likes to say is staged cooking. So you do most of the cooking in the center here, and then when the cooking's done for that stage of the meal, then you slide it out to the top and it stays warm. We're going to cook this just a little longer here, which is great. And I want to tell you, I want to, thank everybody for joining our Facebook group. And if you haven't joined the Facebook group, man, there are so many fantastic recipes out there that you guys are doing. And in fact, I was talking with Jimmy earlier. I think, moving forward next month, we'll actually kind of showcase some of you guys' recipes from the Facebook group. The other thing is that we started doing a weekly cooking challenge. So make sure that you post your recipes and pictures of whatever you cook, what we challenged. I think last time it was breakfast. We're going to be doing tacos, all kinds of different things. So show us your best recipes and with a chance to win some great prizes. And I think the last one was a $50 gift certificate. So hey, buy some seasonings or whatever you want. Put it towards a second cooker. All right. This is looking pretty good. Cook it just a little more. We're going to put in next. We're going to put in the ground beef. So we're doing obviously the beef empanadas. So I'm going to go ahead and get that put in here. We'll get that cooked down, get that nice and brown. Again, you know, the thing I love about the fire disc, it's just so simple. I mean, I'm no gourmet chef, but you know, I get it done, and you know, having a lot of fun showing you guys how easy it is to do that. So with this, we're going to really want to kind of break it down, get this ground beef into small chunks as we brown it. Here. You know, and feel free, again, when you're cooking, you can kind of adopt a different piece of the recipe, add more stuff, take stuff away, put jalapenos in there, whatever you want to do. But we're going to kind of giving you the basis for a good start, right? So the other thing, if you're new, also make sure you're commenting below. Let us know where you're from, what your favorite thing is to cook on the fire disc, and also what team are you rooting for coming next weekend, right? I'll tell you, I haven't decided yet. Probably since I'm here in Florida, I'll probably pull for the Buccaneers. But you know, it's yeah, it's kind of cool that they've got the, you know, the game in their home field and everything. Is kind of pretty cool thing. All right, how's that looking, Jimmy, over the top? Looking good. Well, it's smelling good. All right, so I'm gonna put in some. Next thing in the recipe, it calls for a little tomato paste. So I'm gonna put a tablespoon of tomato paste in there, and then also gonna put some of our fajita seasoning. Fire disc fajita seasoning. It seems like an appropriate thing to season that up with, so we'll get some good seasoning going here. And again, feel free to add whatever you'd like in regards to seasoning. I tell you, that's the fun thing about cooking on the fire disc, and it is so simple and kind of makes you a hero, to tell you the truth. It's kind of hard to screw things up. I need all the help I can get, I tell you. All right, well, this is looking really good here. So it's amazing how quick really it is to make these empanadas. And the nice thing is you can, you know, do all the cooking in the fire disc, and we're gonna get this done and then transfer it into the bowl, back into the bowl here in a second. Let it cool off a little bit, and then we'll I'm going to show you just kind of how easy it is to clean up the fire disc, because the next step of empanadas really is frying them, right? So we got to put it into the empanada shells. We've got those back here, so we'll do that. It'll be a first experience for me, so we'll do this together, which will be awesome. And this is starting to look really good. Put a little more. I'm going to put a little more fajita seasoning on here. Spice it up good. I tell you, if you haven't tried all of our fire disc seasonings, they are really fantastic. So you can get them on the website. If you're near Katy, Texas, you can stop into the fire disc store here in Katy, our flagship store. So it'd be awesome to see those guys there. All right, we're done. I'm gonna cut off the fire here a minute. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna wipe this out first. All right, I'm gonna put this into the bowl here. Let this cool down a little bit. That is looking good. All right, everybody see that all right? So you can see that. Let this cool down a little bit here. All right, so cleaning the fire disc. So first thing, really, it's pretty simple. First I'm gonna take and clean off the spatula. the ultimate cooking weapon, I should say. I'm going to do that. Set that. If you haven't noticed, it's got some nice hangers here. Did you show them that, Jimmy? So the hanger there, it's even got a bottle opener on it. It's pretty awesome. And so basically we're going to wipe this out. And get that in the garbage. So, you know, you want to have a good big roll of paper towels handy when you're doing this. Pretty much that's it. That's how you clean it out. It is pretty awesome. Now, if you have some other, there's a little bit of, you know, leftover ground beef on the bottom here. If you want to clean it out, what you can do further, if you can take a little bit of water, if you want, get some water in there, which is easy enough, and you can take the spatula and you can, you know, kind of work that little bit off there. I'll do that. If you can kind of see over the top there, Jimmy, you can see that just that little bit comes off. That's really it. You can see this disc is seasoned really nice, and one of the episodes coming up will actually season a disc, because we get a lot of questions about that. So we'll actually do that too, and we'll be making some more instructional videos coming up this year for all of you out there that have questions on how to do that. So you can see I just kind of used the ultimate cooking weapon, scraped it up a little bit, put it back on there, grab some paper towel, and we're gonna wipe this clean. Very simple and easy. You can see, voila, that's it. It's clean. So, and we'll be ready for frying these empanadas here pretty quick. So, anyways, if you guys have any questions, and also make sure you comment to win. We're going to be giving away some good stuff this episode and every episode. So make sure you comment. Always like to see what you're cooking and so forth. So, I'm going to let this cool down just a tad. Not much, but we'll go ahead and we'll get the oil in here. The fire disc is still warm, so we'll give it a little advantage here. We'll put some good bit of oil in here, and kind of depending on how many you're doing, you can add more oil, but that should be just about enough for us to fry up these empanadas. So I'm super excited. You know, never done it before, so we're going to give it a good shot. The other cool thing is that, you know, on the ultimate cooking weapon is that you can see the design here. Jimmy, go ahead and go over the top. You can see it's got a nice rounded shape here, and also it's curved in this direction. You can see, so it's got a nice contour that fits this way. Yeah, right there. This contour here that fits the fire disc nice. As you know, the fire disc isn't really that deep, but it's got a nice, you know, nice dome shape. So, but the point is that, you know, you can see that the ultimate cooking weapon can be used as a kind of a scoop as well, and we'll be using that when we're kind of basting some of the empanadas, which will be awesome. All right, get this cleaned off again. Here goes the lawn guys. Thank you. It never fails, you know, as soon as we start to do the lives that you know, the lawn guys come by, fire up their blowers and mowers and everything else. But hey, you know what? It's part of the deal. It is part of the fun that we have here on Fired Up Friday. All right, so I'm going to move over here to the board. You want to go over on this? You good over there? All right, so as you can see here, we've got the empanadas, right? The empanada dough, or whatever you want to call those. So what we're going to do is we're going to get one here set up on the cutting board. Man, I'm super excited about this. I have not done this before, so I'm going to get my spoon here, clean it off. I should probably have more than one spoon, but I got one spoon today. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of the beef, and the key here is not to put too much in, just enough on the bottom half here where we're able to kind of fold it over. It's looking pretty good, and you want to leave a nice edge along here, so when we fold over the empanada, we can seal it off and so forth. So we got, I think, probably enough in there. I'm going to go ahead and fold it over, and then press it down. And then they tell me the key is to use a fork, right, to make those pretty little things on the edge, which we'll see how it goes here. Doing all right so far. Kind of seed it together. Looking awesome. All right. So we got one done here. I'm going to get another plate. Set this one on here. This should be really interesting, I tell you. All right, we're gonna do a couple just to see how they go. All right, these got nice things in between, so they don't the empanada shell don't stick together. I think too, the key thing also is that they say, let this really cool off a little more. So it's probably a little warm for that, but for the sake of time, we're just going to roll right into it. But it says to let it cool off a little bit, a couple hours, if you want to. But you can do whatever you want. All right. Man, those are looking good. All right, I'm going to fold that over again. Get it nice and sealed up. Ready for that oil. All right, we're going to take the fork again and make sure these are seated together nicely. All right, not bad for the first time. What do you think?
Really good.
Looking good?
Yeah, you did discover a new technique before.
That's right. That's right. All right, so we got. Well, maybe I'll do one more. I'll do one more, just in case we have a. 1 out of 3 should be good. We'll see here. All right. Get that empanada down there again. That beef. Man, I'm excited to try all kinds of different things. I also thought about doing a, really good one would be a barbecue chicken empanada. Thought that would be amazing. All kinds of different ones. One of my favorite too is the picadillo empanada, which has some olives in there, but you can kind of just experiment with it, whatever you want. All right. Looking good. Again, just using that fork to kind of bring it all together. Man, this looks right, looks almost restaurant quality there, Jimmy. All right. There's the other one. All right, well, let's go ahead and switch back over here. I'm going to fire up the disc and get that oil rocking here. I'm going to kind of keep it on, medium heat. I think the key is you don't want it between low and medium. You don't want it too hot because it's the oil doesn't like too hot. I think like 360 I think is the right temperature. And if it gets way too hot, then you can obviously turn it off and fire it up again. So, all right. Okay, well, the oil's heating up here, and so I got my empanadas ready. So I think we're just about ready to give it a shot. What do you think, Jimmy? You want to go up over the top here? And I'm gonna put the first one in. Let's see how she does. Get the second one here. The oil's still kind of heating up. It's starting to get good. All right. Get these going. Like I said, with the ultimate cooking weapon here, we can go over the top with the oil and kind of baste it. That's a nice technique that Chef Brandon kind of taught us before. So we'll get these starting to fry up. Get them nice and brown. And these are some good size empanadas. My kind of eating empanadas for sure. All right. Looking good. So what do you think so far, guys? I mean, pretty simple, easy to clean. Man, I can't wait to see how these turn out. And again, make sure you're leaving comments for us. You know, what are you cooking for the big game? It's gonna be fun. Can't wait. Lots of good food. Definitely be cooking more empanadas, no doubt. All right, that oil's heating up good. When the oil's really to temperature, it should only take a couple minutes to get these things brown. See how we're looking on the bottom here. We're looking pretty good. I'm going to take and kind of getting brown on the edges here. Take the ultimate gripping weapon here. I'm going to go ahead and turn these over. Woo! Look at that. What do you think, Jimmy?
That's good.
Man, those look good. Heck yeah. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drop the other one in here. And we'll keep an eye on these. Shouldn't be too much longer. Yeah, they're just about done. A couple more seconds here. We've got the first FIREDISC beef empanada coming right up. Woo! Look at those. Is that awesome or what? I can't wait to try them. They're gonna cool off a little bit. We're gonna cook this last one here, and then we'll go ahead and clean out the FIREDISC. You can see, really, it's just gonna be getting this oil out of here, and then just wiping it down, and we'll be ready to start the Kansas City steak soup. That is gonna be interesting as well. No doubt. We just kind of trying to bring some new stuff every day. You know, last year we did, for the big game, we did the game day wings, which were amazing. And you can go to the FIREDISC website and go to the recipes, and you can look under the big game, and you can find that recipe. There we go. That's looking good. And what else? We did my my goulash last year, so that recipe is there as well. So, and that feeds an army. So if you got a lot of people, man, that goulash recipe, and it's amazingly good. So I want to say this is just about done, Jimmy. Yeah, maybe just a little bit, get a little browner here. But man, look, can't wait to show these again. I'm pretty proud of this. It's good. All right, these are looking good. I'm going to put this on here. And there we have it. I'm going to dress this up just a minute. All right. Gripping weapons. I'm going to turn the fire off. That's something with the FIREDISC. You know, when you're not using it, you can cut it off. It heats up fast. It keeps the heat. But also, I'm going to put on here, I mean, you just can't have empanadas without some sweet plantain chips. So we're going to put some sweet plantain chips here, right next to that. And that is a plate that, you know, I would be proud to serve on game day for sure. Look at that. So there's number one. Knocked it out. All right. So I'm going to set this down here, and I'm going to go ahead and take a bowl here, and I'm going to scoop out this oil. Just be really careful with this because it's super hot. And again, that's the nice thing about the Ultimate Cooking Weapon here. It's got that nice scoop. It's almost like a ladle as well if you want to use it like that. And we'll be using it pretty extensively on the next recipe. So I'm going to set this down here. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and take paper towels and get the rest of this out of here, which is, again, super easy. Just soaking that up. And I'll be leaving a lot of it in here just for the next recipe as well. So again, you know, I guess how easy is that? No pots, no pans. I mean, it's done. Paper towels and water, baby. It's all good. All right. So next we have the Kansas City steak soup. Again, this is the first time I've ever done this one, so looking forward to it. Boy, I tell you, this one starts with some nice vegetables. We got some carrots here. We've got some mixed vegetables. I chose peas and mushrooms on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the vegetables in here. We've got some onions in here too. So we're going to go ahead and get these started. And instead of oil, I'm going to use for this, I'm going to use some beef broth, because that's going to help us kind of really start to get the soup. And as we add some of the roe and stuff, we're gonna put that in there. I'm gonna fire this baby back up. Simple as that. So these vegetables will not take long at all once we get them steaming here. We've got the onions. I'm going to add the onions in, and also I've got some celery here. I'm going to just cut a little more celery up while this is heating up, and again using my cutting tricks with the knife from Mr. Chef Brandon. Always want to keep your knuckles up on that knife so you don't cut yourself. So that's done. Got a couple more potatoes here I want to cube up. That'd be good. Cut these up. And I tell you, excited about 2021 at FIREDISC. We got some new products coming. And in fact, the new lid should be here anytime. So be watching on Facebook and our website. We've been waiting a long time. I know all you guys have for this, for the new Ultimate lid. That thing is awesome, and I can't wait to showcase some recipes using that in the new steaming grate. So, going to be really exciting to have that in our arsenal. All right. So we get this going here, and this, you know, I want to call it, you know, a steak soup. Now, soup is like, I guess a term that you could use it forever. Thick, or what? This is going to be a super thick soup, and it's more like a stew than a steak soup. But I'm going with the Kansas City steak soup. And I tell you, I don't know, it's going to be a good game. So I kind of waffle back and forth between who I think's going to win. But man, all you Kansas City fans, you better be eating this. It's good. It'll be good luck for you for sure. All right, so got these in here cooking up. Going to go ahead and going to put some celery in, which would be nice. Add that little crunch to it, and then also we're going to put the potatoes in. And again, you guys can do it to however big a crowd you have in regards to the amount of veggies and steak and everything else. So we're gonna cook these down. You know, one of the things too, when and Chef Brandon always says this is, you know, you want to make sure when you're cooking on the fire dish, you want to make sure everything's cut, ready to go in bowls and everything. If you have a little bit of cutting, that's all right. But you know, food cooks fast on here, so you want to be ready when you start cooking. That's for sure. Looking good. Yeah, Jimmy's salivating over here. It's looking good. It's smelling good too. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add the first bit of seasonings, which is the our bodacious beef seasoning, which is probably one of my favorites. I use it on everything. So I'm going to put a generous portion of that on top of these vegetables to kind of get the seasoning and flavor started in here early on in the process. Man, that's looking good. All right. It's going to take a little bit, not too long. This is where the really the lid would help a bunch and kind of speed it up a little bit. So we'll be having that soon, but it still works great without it if you don't have the lid. All right. Kind of let that continue to simmer. Make sure I got everything else. I'm going to add a little bit too, diced tomatoes. My favorite. You see I use this on every recipe, from the goulash, whatever. I love the diced basil, garlic, and oregano. It works out good. So about a half a can in here as well. So we'll get that in there. Right, start stirring this in a little bit. It's kind of interesting twist to it. And it's about to get a whole lot more interesting here in a minute. All right. I'm going to go ahead and fire this up a little higher here. Get this cooking a little faster. I hope everybody's, you know, having a good week and looking forward to the weekend. I know I am. It's a little warm today here in Florida, but it's been a nice, cool winter. It's been awesome, and I know some of you, it's been really cold, lots of snow, and but you know, FIREDISC is great to cook outside. It's again, it's quick, doesn't take long, cooks fast, and you can do that, especially breakfast. And I know I said this before, but you know, cooking bacon in the house is, doesn't go over real well at my house. But so using the FIREDISC to cook bacon outside for breakfast, and then of course the eggs and hash browns, sausage, or whatever else you want to do all in one pot. No dishes, easy to clean. I tell you, it is awesome. All right, well, this is going to continue to cook here, and pretty soon I'm going to slide it up to the edge, and it'll continue to cook, and I'm going to cook the steak here next. So get this ready. So we've got some nice round steak chunks, and you can use whatever you want, Wagyu, prime rib, whatever steak you want. Man, it's going to be good. That's all I got to say. Anything with steak is good. All right, I'm going to slide the vegetables up, and we will bring them back down here in a bit. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with the steak, and here we go. That is going to be good. Foundation of greatness here with the steak. All right. And it won't take long to cook this steak, and you know it'll continue to cook as we make the soup. But we're gonna brown it up, and I like my steak kind of, you know, rare anyway, so it'll be great. All right, I'm gonna season this up with some more bodacious beef. Got that going here. Awesome. So while we got the steak cooking, well, you guys have probably already noticed, but we got a fantastic sale going on starting today through the weekend, the big game sale, and it is 20% off and free shipping site-wide. So make sure you take advantage of that. Be a good time to get the new lid on order. It should be shipping any day, and so that's good. Or if you want a second, you know, FIREDISC, or gift one to your buddy so you don't have to take yours over to their house, that's always a good idea too. But yeah, so we got that going on. Super excited, and man, I tell you, it's just fun to have more people in the FIREDISC family for sure. Make sure you join that Facebook group, showcasing your recipes. Just good. All right. How's it looking, Jim? It's looking good. Those vegetables are cooking nice. You notice they're up on the side here. Still got plenty of cooking surface to get these get the steak done. Steak's cooking up nice. We'll just get it nice and, you know, nice and browned on the outside, and then as the soup continues, it'll continue to cook as well. All right. Looking good. Yeah, I guess, you know, the other thing we've got coming up, and I hope you guys are, I know I sure am, enjoying the Fired Up Live with Claudia. Man, I tell you, we have had some fantastic guests, from Mark Wills to Pam Tillis to Rhonda Vincent. Man, Rhonda's last week was fantastic. And coming up, I tell you, on the 10th of February, we've got Dina Carta, Bring the Strawberry Wine on. I tell you that. It's going to be fantastic. I love her music, and it's going to be a good one. I can't wait to see that Fired Up Live. And you can also go to the website. We have in the community section, you can see all the past episodes of Fired Up Live. So if you're sitting around and want to enjoy a cold beverage any evening, and, you know, pull up those other episodes for sure. Claudia's doing a fantastic job for us, and man, just a lot of fun to watch. And we've got some more great, you know, country music artists coming up. I can't tell you who yet, but some really fantastic artists in the wings. So, all right, this man, Jimmy, this steak is looking fabulous. We've got some nice, you know, nice base for the soup going on here. All right, let's see, what else do I need? I got the steak, I got that. I think the next thing is really to bring in the interesting piece of this, which is, you know, you can make your own roux and then add to it with the beef stock, but I cheated. I just admit it, right? I didn't hand make this, but I'm bringing on some beef and mushroom gravy to speed it up. But if you want to, in the recipe, we'll have, you know, the recipe to make your own base for the soup. But I'm going big time with the store gravy. I'm down for that. We're gonna put that in there, And that is going to kind of top this whole thing off. We're going to bring down the vegetables. Whoo! Look at that. Man alive. So this is a good base, and then what we'll do is we're gonna continue to cook it here. We're gonna add some more spices, and then man, it is almost. Oh, it smells amazing. Yes, it does. I'm gonna put some more bodacious beef in here, seasonings, and this like I said, it's kind of a thicker soup recipe, but it's looking really good. I know I say this every time, and I know it's stupid, but if they can come up with smell-o-vision on this thing, it would be, I'll tell you, this is pretty simple, but this is so worth it. This is amazing. People at your party will go crazy over this recipe for sure. And I told you, you Kansas City fans, you better make this, or else, you know, they will not win. Now that you know this is out there, you better make it. All right, we got a couple more minutes here. Again, make sure you're putting your comments in. Let us know what you think. If there's other recipes that you'd like to do or like to have us do, put them in the comments. Shoot us a message. That would be awesome, awesome, awesome. Because we're always looking for new ideas and so forth. But hopefully today we brought you a couple new ones that that you haven't done before. So be great. I'm gonna go ahead. Man, this is just about done, Jimmy. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the heat off and let it start to, you know, it'll thicken back up a little bit here. Again, if you're making your own, you can add, you know, you can add flour to it to thicken up if you want. Add more spices. You can add more jalapenos. You can spice this up as much as you want, or however you want to do it. But that looks fantastic. So the thing to top it off, right? Well, you can put rice. You can put this over rice, or you can put it over whatever you want. You can put it over. But I've got something that I think tops it all, which is Fritos. Yep. We're gonna put it over Fritos, and it's gonna be amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a big plate together here. So we got our Fritos, and we got our ultimate cooking weapon. We are about to wrap this thing up. But look at this, folks. Get a little bit of color on here with the carrots, potatoes, peas. Man, you can just make this up however you want. But underneath that, you've got a whole lot of goodness of those Fritos. I tell you, we had two fantastic recipes. I'm going to grab the other one here. Yes, indeed, we've got the FIREDISC beef empanadas with your plantain chips, and we've got the Kansas City steak soup with Fritos, only on the FIREDISC. Easy to do. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and hope your team wins the big game. We'll be pulling for one or the other, but anyways, hope you enjoyed it. We will see you next month on Fired Up Friday.